In this video, I'm going to show you how you can make a personal note-taking Telegram bot. And this bot is so advanced that it takes all the notes and it keeps all the long-term memories. And you can just say anything here and it's going to store it. And when you ask it anything, it's going to use AI and also look at all the notes and long-term memories to make sure it's giving you the correct answer. Let me show you the demo. And I can just make a note of anything here. I can just say, remind me tomorrow to pick up the car from the station. And then it's going to process the entire workflow in the backend, as you will see here. And it starts running. There we go. So it's completed already. So it fetches all the information from the notes and the memories. It makes sure if it has to gather any data to speak correctly. And then it uses all these agents, a working memory for the temporary task. Then it also saves anything if you need to. And then it also sends you a message. So let's see the message we got. The message is, I've noted to remind you tomorrow to pick up the car from the station. Is there anything else you need assistance with today? And let's look at the notes. So now, there you go. So I already have a note in JSON format with perfect time management. Pick up the car from the station. And I can also ask it again. I'll just say, what am I supposed to pick up tomorrow? And it's going to take this information and run this again. And it's going to fetch everything. And it's already completed, as you can see. It looks like you have a note about picking a car from the station. Is that what you're referring, or is it something else? I'll say it's something else. And then let's say how it responds to something that the information isn't given. And you can see how fast it is. So you have your own smart notes. There you go. It takes about 5 seconds to complete the entire thing. Thanks for sharing. Is there something specific? So I'll just look in my notes. I'll say, let's look at the memories. So here's another thing, collect rent. So what I'll say is, I think I'm talking about rent. And then it's going to take about 5 seconds to run and send the entire thing to me. There you go. Here is the collecting rent in 2 months. So this is exactly what we wanted from here. So you can have your own smart note-taking app that is connected to everything. And once deployed, you can just run anything. You can just write your thoughts. So whenever you get quick thoughts or anything, you can just save it. So let's see how it works. So I'll go in the editor and I'm going to make this inactive at the moment. So let's see. The first thing is that you have a Telegram trigger. This trigger acts whenever there's a message from Telegram. So if you haven't configured the Telegram node yet, so what you can do is watch this video. Here I show you how you can configure the trigger and the normal Telegram node, because then I don't have to show this again and again, no matter how many Telegram videos I make. That's why I've made it a standalone video so everyone can just watch and continue here. So the first thing is that, so when it gets a message, it gets everything. It gets the update ID, it gets the message ID, the bot, the first and the last name of the person, and it also sends you the text with the date encoded. Then it checks everything from the long-term memories, and it also parses the notes to make sure everything is correct. So we have configured the Google node here, and if you need help with this, I think I have another video which just shows you everything from here. So after you have configured the Google Notes, so in the second step, it parses everything from the notes and the long-term memories. As you can see, anything that might be useful. Then it merges all the data from this merge node. As you can see, we're appending it. Then it forms 2 arrays here. Then it aggregates everything it merges to make it a single data node. And then we feed it to the AI agent. And this is the exact system prompt that you need. And this is extremely valuable and perfectly configured. And I'm also going to give this workflow away for free. You can find it in the description. So you can see the exact prompt we're using. We define a role, and then we define all the rules of how it should manage the note-taking, contextual awareness, user-centric responses, privacy and sensitivity, fallback responses, the tools it can use. We also give it the exact data that we get it from. And you can see that we're giving it the data, so it can use that data to make smart choices. Now, this is all the data we have in the AI agent. Then we use the LLM to provide it with the LLM model. And we also use a Windows buffer for temporary memory, because internally we're using the LangChain library, as you can see, the LangChain core. Then we also give it 2 more tools to write data. For example, here it's just able to read. There is nothing else. So here we're giving it the capabilities to update the documents. For example, if you add anything, it just updates it. And then we also have a response here. So if there's something that should be sent back, So whatever is the final decision and all the actions taken by the AI agent that is sent back to us with the appropriate response by doing everything here. After you have configured this entire agent and everything is working, make sure to put it at active. And once it's active, the webhook will be continuously listening to the Telegram app. So if anything happens here, it's going to keep in track of everything. And you can see all your executions here. So if I just say, I need to buy ice cream before I go home, it's just going to add it to the task in the notes. And it's just going to activate in about 5 seconds, as it takes about 5 seconds. And there you go. So we already have the message that I've added to the notes that you need to buy, and there it is. And we can also implement an advanced thing. For example, we can manually implement a trigger. So it should manually parse all the date and time here. And whenever the time comes for some specific event, we can trigger another webhook, and that sends us the exact notification. So that acts as a notifier. So whenever something happens or at the exact time you wanted it to notify, you can make that as well. So if you want to see how you can make that, comment down below and I'll make that build as well. And you can have this entire thing for free in the description. So see you in the next one.